Commissioner for Anglesey. So because the government was concerned that Anglesey wasn't being run properly as a council, they sent 5 commissioners in, and I'm one of them.
Our main worry at the moment is that young people put their voice out and say what they want. Do you reckon that the council has listened to what we say?
Well, I mean, the council does try. And there are various schemes. Like in October, we're going out to the schools. We're going to be doing some democracy days where councils will be going out and talking to people of like 15, 16 age group who are coming up to the kind of voting age. We've just done a kind of an education and leisure strategy, and the consultation that was really in depth. There was lots of focus groups and lots of discussions with people. But I think the problem is the perception is that the council doesn't really represent them. So if you look at the council, this is not disrespectful. They're all about 55, 60. They've all, most of them are retired, and they're people who've got time to give something back to the community. It's very difficult to encourage young people to get into local government. You've got to find some way of encouraging young people to get involved in local government, whether that's as councillors or whether it's just getting involved in local town community councils, or whether we need to set up some kind of alternative council. Now the problem is, if you look at the social services committee, there is a young person on that. The education committee, so there's a young person who represents the committee. But the problem is, it's very difficult to kind of get them there because meetings stand to be held during the day in office hours. So one of the things the council has to do is change the way that it does business so that it's more suitable for other people who are not kind of retired and not got time for the week.
Talking before, when there were meetings from the council things to get young people in, and I went, I'll do it, kind of thing, because you say that I got too much to say in a way.
No.
And then I was like, I can say stuff, but the thing is, I can't get involved in it because there's no one to open the door for us to get involved. So Shise needs it further so we can go. On the website now, we put young people involved to see what they want to say. So.
Yeah, I mean, the council is if you look at the council, they don't represent you, do they?
No.
And it's going to take a long time to get a different kind of attitude to get people involved, because you have to be elected, you have to get people to get in. But I mean, there are all sorts of kind of mechanisms for listening to young people. But actually, I suppose it gets lost in the system, doesn't it? Well, I mean, what would you do differently?
I reckon getting in the door, they get to see how the council works. Because what we see is we see what they do. We don't see how they work to get into the commission. Again, at the moment they're building offices and that. But young people are involved what they want to do with community hall. So the community hall that we used to use to play music in or whatever, that has to be discussed with us that we've lost that place in a way, and I'll get young people to talk to me and have meetings with them because they need one-to-one meetings to see what young people want.
But do you think that's a small number, or do you think?
No, it was Reading and the whole Gwynedd, Anglesey, you can work together to see. It's good to do a lot more, I reckon, as well. But
well, I'll tell you what, if you would like to come and talk to the commissioners, I'll arrange for you to come and talk to us, and you can tell us, you can give us your view about the way the council works, and we can arrange, if you want to know the way the council works, we can arrange that for you, and you can go around.
There's a place down in South Wales that has a younger council in a way. There's a group of young councillors there, and that's worked a lot. Because the older ones take more responsibility about the other community, but the younger ones basically precisely think about their generation in a way. So I reckon that's worked really good. I reckon that could work in Anglesey, but
we're trying to encourage more people to be involved in the council's work. Particularly, there's only 2 women on the council. We want more women to put themselves forward. But at the end of the day, you've got to get elected, so you've got to persuade people to vote for you. Well, we'd like to see more women on the council. We'd like to see younger people. We'd like to see people from different backgrounds with different kind of interests in life. Because for the council to be seen by the community to be effective, then it's got to be representative of the people like serve. If a third of the population is under the age of 21. The answer's not easy, are they? Because they've been around for a long time.
Yeah. I reckon some people are too afraid to change, I reckon.
You know, council meetings on a Saturday morning or a Friday afternoon, but you know,
that'll be kind of fun, but
persuading 40 people to change that kind of way of working takes some time. But generally, if you want to come and talk to the commissioners, if you want to come and have a look at the way the council works, we can arrange that.
when the last centre's going to get closed down, we all choose there's 4 different forums in a way. We all choose 4 different subjects to talk about. And they really said, oh yeah, we're listening, okay. And then we were like questioning then, seeing as there's no change, they're not listening. And then that gives young people then, what's the point of shouting in a way our voice out when it's not getting heard? So that's the only problem here.
I mean, sometimes there are good reasons, aren't there? But, you know, providing you get an answer, an explanation, then
or just knowing more, I reckon that's the problem. There's no communication between it.
I mean, one of the things that we're interested in is kind of moving the council out to communities rather than communities having to come to the council. And at the moment, it's all in Langdevin. And you know, if you want a service, you have to go for it. Well, actually, the council needs to get out certainly into the main towns to be accessible. Maybe a young person's council is perhaps an opportunity for you to kind of start to get your views across in a more structured way.
Yeah, because if young people involved, they'll be moving around the community anyway.
But it's particularly important because young people are leaving the island at an alarming rate, aren't they? And the population's getting older.
I think that's the problem when they don't see anything on Anglesey until they move. And that's a shame in a way.
But there are some really good opportunities coming up. You know, so the Wilby project, I don't want to think about nuclear power, but I think if you look at the case for it, it actually makes a lot of sense. And it is, you know, a lot of the safety issues are ironed out, and it is starting to be probably the best way to provide it. But it isn't just about nuclear, we're also looking at wind farms and biomass fuel. I don't understand that myself, but you know, different kind of ways of getting energy. And the important thing is that the benefits of that come to people on the island, not to people outside. So we've just gone into an arrangement with Coleg Menai and Bangor University to try and create the courses and the training that will equip young people to be able to take those jobs in the future. So there are lots of exciting things out there, but energy is probably the best opportunity we have. And if we can just tap into that will sustain the island, because you know, you're talking about 7,000 jobs. Because you know, it's not only the jobs in the power plant or in the power station, it's also, you know, goodbye sandwiches and newspapers and houses and all those kind of things. So it creates a much bigger economic benefit than just the thing itself. So you know, we're really focusing on that to try and give the island a future.